Moto Guru.
In this video, I'm going to consider vehicle vent mounting solutions for my Garmin Zumo XT2, and I'm going to be mounting it in my car, which is a 2005 Volvo S40. The Garmin Zumo XT2 is one of the heavier satellite navigation devices because it's designed to be used on a motorcycle. So we're going to consider the official Garmin vent mount, also a cheap vent mount that I bought on eBay that I've been using for a while, and finally my chosen solution, which is to use a Brodit Pro Clip and a Brodit bespoke Garmin mounting bracket as well. So let's get into it and see how we get on.
This was my existing solution for many years. It's just a cheap standard vent mount from Amazon, and I've sort of bolstered it with cable ties to stop it from coming off. These clips on the back eventually break. I don't know whether that's heat cycles or just aging plastic, but it's not great. It's not that stable. See, and it can come off. So I'm going to try the Garmin mount now and see if that's any better. This is the official Garmin mount. So you slide it in and you tighten this screw and it sort of clamps down on the back like so, but it's not going to work in this scenario. It's already come loose, you see, so that'll probably go on eBay. I think what I'm going to have to do is go down the Brodit route. So I've avoided or not considered going down the Brodit route because I was concerned about taking bits of the dashboard apart, but they just clip in either side of the vent and they're a lot more solid, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. This is the Brodit Pro Clip I bought for my 2005 Volvo S40. It's just arrived. I'm installing this because I'm tired of those flimsy vent mounts and I want a better solution to mount my Garmin Zumo XT2 in the car. What I've noticed about it is really nicely made, and it follows the curvature of the dashboard. That's absolutely bespoke for a Volvo S40. And the fitting instructions, I was a bit anxious about these before I actually bought it because I thought you might have to take the dashboard apart, but no, it just snaps into place, and the bottom and the top of the vent just in the panel gaps. So let's go and fit it and see if it's that straightforward. So if we look at the diagram, the long side of the clip faces the steering wheel and the short side of the clip faces out, and yeah, we just snap it into place. So let's give it a go. Okay, it's in, and that is rock solid. So, well, you can slide it a bit depending on where you want it to be, but a few words on technique. So, does say press the grooved edge until you hear or feel it snap into place. What you really need to do is you need to press it in pretty hard and give it a wiggle. If you give it a wiggle, it slots into the gap, or the I think there's a slot in the air vent, must be in it. The same at the top. Push it in really hard to get in the gap, and just give it a wiggle like that, and then it will slot in perfectly. But that is nice, and as I say, it is rock solid, so that's going to be a great place to mount my Zumo. Now, having installed that one, I think I will invest in one for my phone also, because you saw that took less than a minute to install, and compared to some of the clips I showed you before, we've got an absolutely solid place to mount our devices. So next we're going to install the Garmin mount on our Brodit bracket. So it comes with the sort of ball piece and the screws, and it just screws in like this. On this particular mount, it can only really go one way, which is like this. So let's screw it in and see how we get on. There's pre-drilled holes, so everything lines up nicely, and these are self-tapping screws, so they just screw into the plastic nicely. Doesn't even require a lot of force. So I'm going to mount or secure all 4 screws and then tighten them up. So okay, so those are nice and secure and they don't even really protrude much behind. So if you were going to pull it out, you shouldn't have any issues there. And let me just mount our satellite navigation bracket, which is there. Let's go and get the device and see how it fits in, but that seems nice and secure so far. So here's the device, Garmin Zumo XT2, one of the heavier Garmin devices because it's used, primarily designed for use on the motorcycle. I snap it in there. There it is, rock solid. I'm really impressed, to be honest. This is something I've been on the fence about for a while, and I wish I'd gotten off the fence and just bought one, because that is 100 times better than my previous solution. I'm confident that's going to stay in place. Now, this type of mount is going to be really useful for you if you want a secure mount, of course, if you're still using a sat-nav device in the car, if you have a powerful car, or you just drive enthusiastically, all of those things. This will be a much better solution than the typical vent mounts like the ones I showed you at the start of the video. I'm going to also get one for my phone now and move away from the sort of cheap temporary solution I have.
Thanks for watching, and remember to like, share and subscribe.